Please rise. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence for our sick, handicapped, military personnel recently departed of the community. Thank you. I'd like to just go on record that the Borough Council met in executive session prior to the start of this meeting to discuss legal and personnel matters. And do we have any visitors? Here. Pat.
You can see it. Thank you very much. I just wanted to let everyone know, happy Halloween to all of you, Mayor. And several years ago, the borough did a flood mitigation grant program, which I thought was rather successful. And those properties on Baldwin Street will never, ever be flooded again. I would like to encourage the borough to do round 2 of the flood mitigation grant program. I think that there are a number of people that frankly didn't believe that it would actually happen, that the borough would actually come through, and I think that they would participate in the second round. And for that reason, I would encourage council to ask the manager, or I should say authorize the manager to apply for a second round. Thank you.
Okay. Any other people? All right, we'll start with the business at hand. A motion to approve the September 9th, 2024 regular meeting minutes as submitted. Need a motion?
So moved.
Bill, second.
I'll second.
Bruce, any questions?
I do, please.
Yes.
One of the things that I think is important that we document is the fact that at council we were informed that once planning gets through with the, let me back up. If we get the grant money to do the proposal for the zoning ordinance on Main Street, that it goes back from council to planning. Planning reviews it and does its due diligence. Then that goes back to council again for its approval. All right, that's the only addendum that I'd like to see. It has to go back to council for approval. We're not approving it. Planning's not approving it.
Well, whatever you approve always has to go to council, correct?
Correct, but it's not shown that
In the minutes. So you're just asking to have that added?
Yes, right.
Okay. Do we need to do any voting or anything on that? To amend, just a comment that Justine had in regards to something? You okay with that? Okay. So Joe, you?
I'll get it.
Okay. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. A motion to approve October 2024 bill list.
So moved.
Bruce?
Second.
Jason? Anybody have any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to approve the October 18th, 25th, November 1st, and 8th, 2024 payrolls.
I'll second.
Shane? Justine? Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to ratify Resolution 2024-11, a resolution of the Borough of Bridgeville authorizing the submittal of a statewide local share assessment grant for the Chartiers Lighting Park Lighting Improvements Project.
I'll make a motion on that.
Shane?
Second.
Bruce? Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. A motion to accept the revised 2025 minimum municipal obligation, MMO, to the police pension plan in the amount of $58,995 as prepared by the borough manager. Note, the revised MMO reflects the actual amount of state aid received per the advice of the plan's actuary.
So moved.
Bill?
Second.
Jason? Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to adopt resolution number 2024-12, resolution of the Borough of Bridgeville setting the police pension fund contributions to fund the shortfall in the police pension fund, evidenced by an independent actuarial study and as permitted by previous ordinances and the police collective bargaining agreement. Note, sets the police employees pension contribution rates for the remainder of 2024 and 2025.
So moved.
Bill?
Second.
Justine, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to accept the resignation of Lisa Adams from the Civil Service Commission as she no longer resides within the Borough of Bridgeville.
Got a motion.
Bruce?
Second.
Jason, any questions?
Yeah, just want to thank her for her service. She was great to work with. And I'd ask Joe to send a thank you from council. That's all I have.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 8, we are going to table for this meeting and address it in the next meeting, in a future meeting. Number 9, a motion to set the 2025 budget meeting for Monday, November 4th, 2024, 7 p.m. in council chambers.
So moved. Second.
Shane, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. A motion to authorize the public bid of the Bluff Street Extension Slope Stabilization and Retaining Wall Improvements Project. Note, tentative bid opening is scheduled for November 6, 2024. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Bruce, Jason, any questions?
What's the scope of that work? What do they actually do?
Basically, that's where the slope slid down in the residence, basically the driveway from Wall Street. We're going to, we had a geotech evaluated and come up with the design. We're going to remove all the slide material out of there, and then I'm going to set a ready rock gravity wall where the guy had an old retaining wall in its place, so it's a little beefier and hold it back slope.
Thanks. Any more questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to authorize the President of Council to execute the acknowledgement of appraisal of permit conditions and water obstruction and encroachment permit completion report. Forms from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection for the construction of Phase 1A of the McLaughlin Run Flood Control Project.
So moved.
Bill? Justine? Any questions? All in favor? Opposed?
Mr. President,
Yes.
I think it's rather important to address. This is a very big milestone for our community. That's the issuance of the permits necessary to build the flood control project. So I don't know if the engineer wants to elaborate more on it, but that's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, we received both the Chapter 105 permit through the PADEP and the 404 permit from the Army Corps of Engineers in the past 2 weeks, basically, which gets all the permitting necessary to do phase 1 of the project, which includes the levee wall, the 2 screw pumps, and the replacement of the Russell Street Bridge. Next step is hopefully we can finalize the grant with PEMA and FEMA, and then we have all the funding in place to move forward with that project.
Yeah, so easements have been all addressed within the past 2 months, and permits have been secured this month. And like John says, there's a couple more hoops they're making us jump through on the FEMA side, but it looks
We
like
anticipate that being done.
We've addressed all the comments from FEMA, and then we just resubmitted all the comments from PEMA, so they both should
What, for a construction vehicle to
Yeah.
go through?
I'll be happy when it starts.
No, absolutely.
Just so everybody in the community knows, the geotech will be starting work in the next couple of weeks to start doing drilling so we can finalize the wall design and foundations for the bridge and screw hospital.
Yeah, it is pretty exciting.
That took almost a year, these permits. It's been a lot.
So that was a quick one.
Well, what are the things over by the McLaughlin Park, the pipe, the cement,
The
Trash
free
rack.
cash.
trash rack?
Yeah.
I mean, that took a long time.
That goes back to
Great.
Bill Calusi.
Any other comments or questions?
Exactly right.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Joe, I'm sorry, I don't have the amounts that fill in the blanks.
So the first blank, we had a bid opening for this project last Friday at lunchtime. So it was done after the agendas get posted. But the lowest bid received was from Edge AI Solutions in the amount of $68,000. There's a recommendation from the engineers.
Okay, a motion to accept the lowest responsible bid from Edge AI Solutions in the amount of $68,000 for the 2024 sanitary sewer O&M CCTV program, subject to the contractor obtaining the required insurance certificates, performance bond, payment bond, and review and approval of same by the borough solicitor prior to execution of the agreement by the borough. Note, bid opening was Friday, October 11th.
I have a question on this too.
Good.
I've never heard of Edge AI. Are they fairly new? I know.
They're newer in the area. They have done other work for us.
Okay. We've typically gone with Jet Jack and Robinson in the past. Is that
They've been the lowest bidders in the past.
okay? Yeah, it's a huge jump from Jet Jack. I just saw these numbers now, so I apologize. Jet Jack at 240,000 versus 68. Is this apples out?
I know Jet Jack is extremely busy.
Sure.
Because I work with them with some other projects, and so they might have put a bigger number out in case they would get it. They could
And this is an annual contract with.
one time.
We've been doing O&M CCTV work annually, but it isn't just, it isn't going to be for them for over years. It's just a one-time thing, but we'll do another O&M CCTV work next year.
Okay. I'd never heard of them, so I was, as long as you guys have some history. All right, that's all I have. Thank you.
Any other questions? Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Bruce?
Second.
Jason? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to authorize the disbursement of $136,584 from the sewer fund to Jet Jack Incorporated for partial payment number 1 of the Center Street Sanitary Sewer Improvements Project. Bruce?
Second.
Jason, any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to authorize the disbursement of $101,630.05 from the Capital Project Fund to Pave and Plow LLC for the partial payment number 3, final, and authorize the execution of change order number 2 that decreased the project cost by $27,598.55 of the 2024 roadway improvement program.
So moved.
Bruce?
Second.
Shane, any questions or comments?
What work did they, besides the Treacherous Park ash, it says, what else did they do in Bridgeville?
They did a lot. They did Osceola Drive,
Okay.
Schulte Street, Universal Street, Farmer Bank Street,
Okay, all right.
Gilmore Street.
Cook too, right?
He did Cook School.
That was the, yeah, correct, Cook School Park. Yeah.
Okay.
We lumped both these projects together.
Any more questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to ratify the donation of $4,000 to the Bridgeville Public Library.
So moved.
Bruce?
Second.
Justine? Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Can you give us some background on that, just so they knows?
Yep.
Is that the public record?
Joe, you want to give some background to that, please?
Sure. What we had here was, this was excess of donations and funds earned from Community Day, Day on the Avenue. In years past, the Day on the Avenue proceeds, if it was, we'll just say profit, like we had this year, it just stayed in the general fund and it just got rolled over, like at the bottom line for the rest of the year. So this was, it would be nice to do something good with it this year because it was a substantial amount, and taking advantage of September was Love Your Library Month, where the library is able to get additional donation match for donations made to them. We thought it was double bang.
So they got 8,000, so that's a great thing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, next, a motion to accept and pay any commission due September 2024 real estate tax collector report.
I'll make a motion.
Justine and Bruce, any questions or comments? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to acknowledge receipt of the September 2024 treasurer's report.
So moved.
Bruce
I'll second.
and Shane, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A motion to accept all submitted September 2024 official reports.
So moved.
Bill
Second.
and Bruce, any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Committee reports.
I have nothing to report, so
I didn't call your name yet. I wanted to take a drink before.
I was gonna warn you ahead of time.
Okay, administration, Bruce.
I have no report, sir.
All right. Any questions for administration? Finance. For myself, we submitted a few applications in regards to small grants as we voted on. Excuse me, the $400,000 for the upgrade of the lighting of the Chartiers Park baseball fields. And we've been working, Joe has been working very hard and talking with the Finance Committee on the budget. And just a reminder, November 4th is that meeting for the review of the budget. Any questions for me? Okay, Parks and Rec, Shane.
You guys mentioned the lighting grant. Joe, thanks for the help with getting the grant written. Joe Cower, that is. No offense, Joe. There's a young Eagle Scout looking to do some work down at the parks, put some signage up for the home and visitor dugouts. Jacob Patenko. Put him in touch with a couple local sign vendors, see what he comes up with. I just asked that he shares that with us, so Justine, you can put your eye on it and pick the best choice. So, outside of that, fall ball's going on down at the parks. Joe, do we know when they'll shut the water off? I know we got a cold snap this week, usually end of October.
For probably the weekend of November 4th.
Okay, that's fine, we'll make sure you're done by then. Outside of that, that's all we really have. I don't want to say anything, take Jason's harassing us thunder.
Any questions for Parks and Rec? Public Works, Jason.
A couple of things. They've been doing equipment maintenance, fixing the police cars, the trucks. They repaired and sealed sidewalk cracks on the borough building. It's a park maintenance, crack filled, sealed lines between the grass cutting, into the park at Lake Field, public properties, lots, and right of ways. Unfortunately, they were able to have to remove some political signs because of the high grass, but they brought them all to the borough building, so if anyone, whether it be a Democrat, Independent, or Republican, the signs are downstairs, they can get a hold of me at the store. I can coordinate with them to get them, or I can coordinate with Joe to get them back to the rightful owners. So, but they're in the right of ways when they're cutting grass, and it just became too much of a struggle for them to do what they need to get done. So people commenting on it, so that's where we're at with it. So.
Okay, any questions for Jason in Public Works? Public Safety, Bill.
Not a whole lot. Obviously, it's getting a little darker earlier, so be safe out there driving. And there's a holiday later this month. I'm sure the mayor will talk a little bit about. But other than that,
Jason Perry for the COG.
I'll just mention that Representative Anita Kulik addressed a few issues with the COG. Probably the most significant thing is she mentioned that a bipartisan budget passed, which she was really happy with. Two things with it. One, there's no tax increase for the state, and then there is significant increase for educational funding. And that's it.
Any other questions for Jason in the COG? Okay, Mayor Betty Copeland.
Thank you. Our Halloween parade is October 26th, registration at Bridgeville Manor, 10 a.m. The parade starts at 11 a.m. We also will be having trick or treat night, October 31st, 6 to 8. Thank you.
Thank you, Betty. Any questions for the mayor? In place of the police chief?
You have the council report for the month of September. I can answer any questions you may have.
Any questions? Thank you, sir. Solicitor McDermott.
Mr. President, we have my written report. Anybody has any questions?
Anything for Tom? John Howell, Borough Engineer.
Thank you, Mr. President. A copy of our report, just a couple quick items. The MS4 progress report was submitted the end of last month to DEP. Road program has been completed. That includes the basketball court and pickleball court up at Cook School Park, which also allows us to close out the Cook School Park. Cook School Rockland Park project as well, so that work's all completed. Both parks are fully completed now. We already talked about the flood project, and then everything else we pretty much discussed, so covered everything on my list.
Thanks, John.
Any questions?
Any questions for John? Yes, Justine.
I have a question about the Gray Street Avenue stairs and the light.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have any idea what kind of light there is possible?
Make overheads, mount to pull it to the top of the steps.
Okay. By any chance, is it going to be dark sky compliant so that it doesn't, it avoids shining into the neighborhood?
Western Power has not provided us with what they're using yet. We're still finalizing the coordination with them.
Okay. All right.
Is that some concern,
Yeah,
Justine?
yeah, it would be.
I'm anticipating it to be an LED light, because that's what they're using now, so it's directional, which means it'll be pointed down,
Okay.
so
But it's still not dark sky compliant?
I can't answer that question.
Okay.
It's probably just a street light.
Just a street light? Okay.
John, if you can just make a mental note of it. We can deter that
Yeah,
from
thanks.
shining into the
I
neighborhood.
mean, dark
around
sky
that.
simply focuses on a single area, not the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, that's why you use LED for direction. What that means is each LED is pointed to a certain spot.
Okay.
That's a perfect example.
Yeah,
Okay.
because one of the park lights was really lost up in night.
Anything else for John? Assistant Fire Chief Bob Sedgwood.
The fire department responded to 24 calls in the month of September, bringing our year-to-date call volume up to 328. Trunk or treat will be at the firehouse in the parking lot of the Chartiers Room on Wednesday night, the 30th, from 6 to 8. And we will be out on Halloween night driving around. That's all I got.
Thanks, Bob. Any questions for Bob? Okay, Southbridge, Dan.
Report's been submitted, otherwise, nothing else.
Thank you. Mayor Betty, do you have anything for the Historical Society?
Bridgeville Historical Society will be having their bake sale October 17th and 18th, 10 to 2 at the Historical Society. We also still have tickets available for the beautiful quilt donated by Nancy Stanton Budzinski, A Very Hungry Caterpillar, and the book is also included. Tickets are $5. There are 4 numbers per ticket, and it's based on the lottery.
Thank you, Mayor. Bridgeville Library.
Yeah, we have the Merit report. The only other thing I have to add is, our Friends of the Library are hosting their annual Halloween at the Haunted Library event. It's Friday, October 25th from 6 to 8 p.m. It's free for families. They'll have games and activities and can bring children in their costumes, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Okay, thank you, Aaron. Any questions for Aaron?
Can I make a comment?
You sure can.
November 8th, Public Art Bridgeville is going to have an exhibit at the Bridgeville Public Library. It's called Bridgeville Artists Then and Now, and it's from 5 to 8 p.m. And cocktails and light hors d'oeuvres will be served, and you'll have a chance to actually see some current Bridgeville artists, which is going to be interesting. The exhibit will be held at the library. The work will be at the library until almost the end of the month.
Okay, thank you. Bridgeville Parking Authority, Deb.
Good evening, guys. Okay, and ladies. The Parking Authority will meet on next Monday, 10/21 at 7 p.m. We continue to operate in the black. We are again offering free parking during Small Business Saturday in November. We will also again be offering free holiday parking this year. I believe it's 2 weeks. I don't have the date in front of me. Lot number 1, maintenance is completed. It was sealing and line painting. Lot number 2, the damage, I guess it was a curbing area, and repair is to be completed soon. Lot number 5, waiting on the building owner's approval so we can install 4 LED wall-mounted lights. They're still having trouble getting him to sign off on it or even get in contact with me. Lot number 3, we're going to put a camera there, and it's soon to be installed. There's a problem with the daycare. We're using their computer system, and for anybody to enter there, it has to have clearances. So they have to install it, I guess, when there's no children present. So that's just where we're at with that. Other than that, I have nothing else to add to it. Anybody have any questions? I'll answer what I can.
Any questions for Deb? Thank you, Deb.
Welcome.
Bridgeville Planning Commission. Mike or?
So with Tree Vitalize, we have a fall tree planting event scheduled on November 16th. So it needs 9 trees, 4 different locations, like in right-of-ways around town. So Joe's going to be posting to solicit some volunteers to help with that. I think is that from 9 to 11, Joe? Yeah, on the 16th. Planning's working on reviewing off-street parking requirements and looking at zoning for that. And as part of the work with the comp plan, we're putting a proposal together for another one of the Baldwin Street lots to do something with that. The meadow has been seeded at McLaughlin Park, and we are also looking at, we're starting to talk about what to do with Washington Avenue and North End. That's it.
Okay. Any questions? Okay. And finally, Borough Manager Joe Carr.
The other thing I have is that Center Street was completed since our last meeting, so all the paving's been done up there, so that project's finally done.
Good. Any new business? Or any other comments? There is a chili cook-off, a famous one, going on next Sunday.
I had chili last night for dinner.
Somebody must have been making somebody's chili.
6 gallons of it.
Is this Sunday, October 20th, from 12 to 4. We have 29 individuals, businesses, nonprofits, or restaurants making 37 chilies. So entrance is only $10. There's a lot of kid activities that go on, as well as a beer tent, and raffle baskets and all the same type of fundraising stuff. But 37 chilies, many people will be trying a lot of them. I'm interested to see how many taste all 37. So just a reminder this Sunday, if you need tickets, call myself or Mike. We can make arrangements. We also have the event on Eventbrite if you want to buy the tickets through there. Any other comments?
Can you get them at the door when you get there?
You have to wait in the line, a little bit of a longer line there, but yeah, you can get them there. And Mike told me it's gonna be 76, is that what you said? Nice and sunny?
It's gonna be like 70.
Oh,
So
just
it'd be like
70?
nice- just-
You gotta wear a long
It's
t-shirt.
gonna be it'd be a crisp day.
Okay.
Good day for you, Chili.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it'd be really good.
Hope to see many of you there.
70.
I'm sorry, Bruce, did you say something?
60.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.